Hey there, and welcome to HisTime365. I'm so glad you're here for day 78 of our 365-day journey through the Bible. Today, we'll look at 1 Samuel 16 through 18, and I'll walk you through what happens, what it means, and why it matters. I'll share a summary and some insights to help you see the big picture and connect with the heart of the scripture. During your quiet time, I encourage you to read today's lesson in a Bible translation that speaks to you best. Now grab a quiet moment, take a deep breath, and let's spend a few minutes giving God His time. The rise of David, from shepherd to king. Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you felt overlooked or underestimated? That's exactly what happens in today's tale from 1 Samuel 16 through 18, where we witness the remarkable journey of David, a young shepherd who rises to prominence in the face of doubt and fear. In 1 Samuel 16, the Lord speaks to the prophet Samuel, instructing him to anoint a new king from among the sons of Jesse, as Saul's reign has been rejected. Samuel, initially hesitant, travels to Bethlehem, where Jesse lives. When he arrives, the townspeople tremble at his presence, fearing he brings dire news. Samuel invites Jesse and his sons to a sacrifice, all the while seeking God's chosen one. As Jesse presents his elder son, Eliab, Samuel is struck by his appearance and stature, thinking, "Surely the Lord's anointed is before me." But God intervenes, reminding Samuel that he looks at the heart, not the outward appearance, in 1 Samuel 16, verse 7. One by one, Jesse presents his sons, but none are chosen. Finally, Samuel asks if there are any other sons. Jesse admits he has one more, David, who is tending the sheep. When David arrives, God tells Samuel, "Arise, anoint him, for this is he," in 1 Samuel 16, verse 12. With that, Samuel anoints David in front of his family, and the Spirit of the Lord comes upon David from that day forward. But the story doesn't end there. Saul, the reigning king, is tormented by an evil spirit. His servants suggest finding someone to play music to soothe him, leading them to David, who becomes Saul's armor-bearer and musician. In 1 Samuel 17, we see the Israelites at war with the Philistines. A giant named Goliath challenges the Israelite army, taunting them for 40 days. Goliath stands over 9 feet tall and wears armor that seems impenetrable. The Israelites are terrified, including King Saul. David, still a shepherd, hears Goliath's insults when he delivers food to his brothers on the front lines. Filled with righteous anger, David volunteers to fight Goliath, despite his youth and inexperience. Saul doubts him, but David recounts how he has defended his flock against lions and bears, illustrating his faith and courage. Saul reluctantly allows David to face the giant, offering him armor that David ultimately refuses, saying he cannot wear it because he's not used to such gear. Instead, he picks up 5 smooth stones from a brook and approaches Goliath with just his sling and faith in God. The Philistine mocks David, but David boldly declares that he comes in the name of the Lord of hosts and promises to defeat Goliath. With a single stone, he strikes the giant in the forehead, and Goliath falls. David runs to him, takes Goliath's sword, and brings his life to an end, leading the Israelites to victory over the Philistines. In the aftermath, David becomes a celebrated hero. The women sing, "Saul has slain his thousands, and David his 10,000s." This song ignites jealousy in Saul, who begins to fear David. Despite David's loyalty and service, Saul's heart hardens, and he plots against him. One day, while David is playing music for Saul, the king, tormented by his own demons, throws a spear at David, but David evades it. This act marks the beginning of Saul's relentless pursuit of David, culminating in a deep rift between the two former allies. Yet through these trials, David continues to demonstrate wisdom, humility, and unwavering faith. So what can we learn from David's experience? First, it's vital to remember that our worth isn't determined by how others see us. Like David, you may feel overlooked, but God sees your heart. Secondly, facing giants, whether they're fears, challenges, or interpersonal conflicts, requires courage and faith. David didn't rely on traditional armor, but on his experience and trust in God. Finally, even when others turn against us, we can choose to respond with grace and integrity, just like David did, despite Saul's jealousy. In life, remember that God often chooses the overlooked to accomplish great things. How do you think David's experience as a shepherd influenced his ability to face Goliath? What are some giants in your life that you need to confront with faith? How can we support and encourage those who feel overlooked or underestimated in our communities? Thanks so much for joining me today for HisTime365. Remember, today's reading is 1 Samuel 16 through 18, so be sure to spend some time with those verses during your quiet time. Tomorrow, we'll be diving into 1 Samuel 19 through 21, so feel free to read ahead if you'd like to prepare. If you enjoyed this time together, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so that you never miss a day on this journey. I'll see you back here tomorrow for day 79. Until then, stay encouraged, and thank you for giving God His time.